Good morning, everyone. We are now on Saturday morning here at the homestead. And like I said last night at the end of our video, the kids are gone for the weekend, so it is time for Mom to get busy around here. Like I said, ton of little projects that need to get started, worked on, cleaning, cleanup, organizing, all the things that I need to do. And I'm happy to do when I can get them done and not get interrupted. So I'm going to get busy on that this morning. I'll check in with you guys throughout the day, and we'll catch you in a little bit.
Well, the kids aren't here this morning, so did the morning chores. Got the smoker going, which kind of hurt to see, but it is actually going. As I say, something that slows down. But just a little bit, trying to keep it moving. Let's see if I can get it to where I can actually show you it coming out. But that should pick up a little bit during the day. Keep an eye on it, make sure it keeps moving. And figure out what all I'm getting into this morning. Okay. After talking with Mr. Brown yesterday, decided that this would be a good rack for the non-stained items, which I've been working on getting stacked in here. That's all salvaged pieces from the order of maple that we just brought in the other day. All the boards off the floor. This stack, well, these 3 stacks right here are actually out of that, which see if I can get a good angle on it. It does have some very nice grain work in it. See if I can find a better one. But by putting these on here, it starts to free up some of what's leaning, which is always a good thing. So, still trying to determine which way I'm going. I got a few different projects I want to work on, but figure it out. Well, while I ponder what I'm going to actually be working on, or what I'm going to be trying to work on, I'm going to go ahead, try and get this side cleared off so that I can start moving this stack back to that one. Which, that'll actually free up a good chunk of room in here. And would like to have the additional space. So, that's what I'm going to be playing with at the moment. Well, this is where that stack of wood was. Now it's all back here. Kind of figured nobody wanted to watch me walk back and forth 100 times, but figured I'd give a little bit of what I was actually doing. But it's done now. And I realize that it kind of staggers off the edge. But that's because when I was doing this, I kind of managed to stagger. But none of them are actually touching. There's at least a 1/4 of an inch in between. So, now we have a little bit more room to get into things. Still got to try and tidy it up a touch though. But, okay. Well, got the side braces on. Well, not braces, rails more or less. On so that the small stuff won't fall out at us. Well, not as easily. And pretty much gotten everything out of the way right there that I needed to. So, we've now got all this floor space open on this side. And this area open on this side. Still a lot left to deal with to free up, well, everything in this section. But I'd say in the last few days, definitely put a good dent in it. Well, I've pretty much loaded down that rack. Well, not loaded it down, but I've pretty much put as much on there as I'm going to at the moment. And that is because some of these still need some planing done to them. Some of them I'm not exactly sure where to put them at the moment. And I've been trying to keep everything organized in the aspect that, like, the cherry is with the cherry. The boards up here came out of this pile, and I can't remember what that is. The stuff from the floor is down there. But like I said, I've been trying to keep it organized at least somewhat. So before I start getting too far ahead of myself in just trying to get things off the floor, I'm going to go ahead and hold off. But I figured I'd share what I've gotten. Okay.
Alright, so here's one of these projects that I've been meaning to get to and just haven't had the time or the patience. When you first start canning, your main investment is buying jars, and every jar comes with a ring. However, you only need about a dozen rings, but you need about 100 dozen jars and lids. So I need to go through and separate the pint or the wide mouth and the small mouth jar rings and figure out a better way to store them, because they've just been piling up in boxes, and the boxes get full and the boxes get bumped and the rings end up everywhere. So I'm going to work on that for the next little bit.
Well, the wood smoker's fighting with me a little bit. It's not wanting to give me a happy medium today. But figured since I just had to mess with it, I'd check on this, and still see a lot of pink. Shouldn't be that pink right now. Not worried about anything going bad. The temperature's low enough out here. But I'm gonna have to continue to fight with that. Try and get it going a lot stronger than what it is right now. Look out here, I got smoke bellowing from there and everywhere around this, to the point that it's actually pushing back out of down on that end. Make a minor adjustment, and 5 minutes later. So I'm gonna see what I can do for this, and I will probably check back in on that. Well, upon further investigating, my coal bed on this end decided to completely go cold on me, and that was after I closed the damper. well, not closed, after I reduced the damper. So I had to get that going again, and now we're actually smoking. Which, the view from my camera is not really doing this part justice. So, let's go take a look. Yeah. So, got that going again. It's just being extremely finicky today. But we'll see if I can keep this moving how I need it to. Or if it's going to try and cut out on me again like it did earlier. Okay. Well, I would venture to say that my goal was achieved. Got the smoker going really well now. Just put my hand on the gutter running from the wood burner to the actual smoker box, and it's ambient. The only warmth on it is where the sun's hitting it. Can't even feel the smoke coming out of it. So keep an eye on it, make sure she continues to do what I want her to. Okay, something I'm playing with. It's just a small box, little handle, which, taking Mr. Brown's recommendation, the graining goes this way, and there is a piece that insets into the opening to give it a better seal, which I'm trying to be gentle with it because the wood glue is not quite dry. But that's all it is. Okay. I've been more or less playing in here this afternoon, trying to work on a couple of different things. I have the larger wheel down there, but I figured a smaller version would be better for what we're looking at or contemplating with the planters. Well, that's the same size wheel, it's just not as thick. But playing with that and trying to work on this, which still got to get those angles a little bit better. But a couple of different things I've been messing with. Between finishing up those shelves and clearing some of that area, playing with this and tending to the wood smoker, that's been pretty much my day, aside from tending to the animals with the kids not here. Which I need to go, well, actually it's going again pretty well. Probably going to add one more block to it, just to, well, more or less tide it over for right now. But that's the extent of it all.
Alright, everybody, so I have spent most of my day today either lost in the YouTube rabbit hole or working on getting these shelves over here organized. I intend to use one of those shelves for sprouting alfalfa for the rabbits and such this winter. So I needed to get them cleaned off and reorganized. And then we also have this lovely bowl of cabbage that will be sauerkraut for New Year's that I got started today. But that's about all I've really gotten done today. Like I said, I kind of fell down the YouTube rabbit hole a little bit earlier. Working on learning how to ferment other things besides just doing sauerkraut, because I've had the sauerkraut turn out really good. And I'd like to try and do some other things because Mr. Brown is really into fermented foods. And I'd like to get some going for him. But this is where I'm at today. I will check in with you guys tomorrow because we are probably closing it down early again tonight. With the kids not being home, means Piper's not home, means we don't have to stay up until 10 o'clock to do Piper's meds. She gets medication at 10 o'clock at night. So we went to bed at like 8:30 last night, and it was wonderful. So we may just do that again. But that's what we've got for you today. I hope you've all had a wonderful day, and we will catch you tomorrow.